porn, by the way, when it's like 8 dudes in a glass, that is fucking gnarly.
Oh, those are my favorite. I have those bookmarked.
You like those?
No. I have them all bookmarked. Oh, there's not enough guys. Only 8 guys. She's hungry. Feed her.
Hey, Moose, where you from?
Don't talk to moose, by the way.
Why?
Because they're the one animal that will kill you in the deer species.
What?
They'll chase you down and kill you.
But how would they kill
They're
you?
deer?
They'll stomp you to death. Moose they regularly stomp people to death. It's a normal thing. Most people avoid them at all costs, but if you fuck up and you're too close to a moose, they'll come for you. They're different. They're different than any other wild animal because they deal with wolves. So they're like real good at stomping. Real good at just stomping the fucking shit out of things. That's what they have to do. If you want to stay alive, you're a moose, you gotta stomp the fucking shit out of everything near you. So if you're talking shit to a moose in a parking lot in Anchorage, Alaska, if you're talking shit to a moose in a parking lot in Anchorage, Alaska, you might get stomped to death.
Yeah.
That's real.
That's
that
not Will Smith, bro. That's not a little slap. That's a stomp.
They stomp.
That's a Mr. Miyagi right there.
They're 1,800 pounds when they're the giant bulls.
Yeah.
I might have made that up.
100% correct.
You know, you were big enough that people could use your platform to manipulate the masses. Was there a moment where you're like, somebody hit me up and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm big enough that I need to start being watchful or wary?
I just it was like a slow burn. You know, over time, I figured it out.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't like right in the beginning, early days, I'd have anybody on. Oh, Holocaust isn't real? Come on. Tell me more. After a while, people started getting mad. And I was like, okay, I don't agree with them. Jesus Christ, I have to have people on that I only agree with. This is going to get boring. Yeah.
A couple of other businesses, I think. He got into a couple of other things. I don't know what the other 2 were. He lost me at chapter 70, but
He'll hit you with too much information, man.
It was
You have
crazy.
a lot of people to Google.
I was like, I want to climb through a black hole right now into a
Edgar Casey documentaries and shit. Like, wait a minute, is this guy legit?
Dude, the other night, 2 a.m., he sends me a couple of links,
You
bro.
can't do that. You got to shut your phone off if you're friends with Eddie. When those 1 a.m. phone calls come in, you do not respond because you will get a wall of text explaining which YouTube video has the right information and which one is set up by the CIA.
Yeah, it used to be like stopping at a rest area on the interstate. That was like the old Eddie Bravo. Like you'd stop there, and next thing you know, you'd hear the craziest shit in the world.
Right,
And
Coast to Coast with Art Bell would be playing in the background. Yeah. No, he loves all. This guy who was one of the guys that used to go to the pool hall was this disgusting pervert. He was disgusting, and he played some pretty decent pool, but he was what they would call a scary ass. Like he would never make a bet unless he was absolutely sure he could win. So everyone was always trying to con everyone else. Like even the hustlers, they would try to hustle each other. They'd talk shit to each other. Bitch, I'll give you the 8, 9, and the break. Step the fuck up right now. I'll give you 2 to 1 on the money. And they'd make these crazy propositions with each other if they didn't get any action. And this one guy was like the most scary. He wouldn't play anybody unless he had just everything locked down. But he would play like regular people would come in off the street. He would try to get like he looked like he was out of shape. He looked like a degenerate. He looked like he was falling apart. But he was a super fucking creepy pervert. And he would pay old ladies, like old homeless ladies, to jerk off in their face. He would give them like $5 or $10, and you know, like the lady he was talking about, like she was saying, "I'm a grandmother. I can't believe you're doing this." He'd go, "Shut up," and he'd come in her face, and she's an old homeless lady, and I go, "You're jerking off in an old homeless lady's face." He's like, "I love it. I love it."
That
and
sounds
she's
like
crying.
Fun. It really
He
does.
was like saying she was
crazy.
crying while he was coming on her face. "I'm a grandmother," and he's
Listen, they all cry in the bathroom when they're washing that fucking goo off their face. They all cry in the
She's like a fucking 65, 70-year-old lady, and he's jerking off in her face, and she's homeless. A 65-year-old homeless lady, and he's coming in her face for $5.
You think about it. When somebody just comes in your face and you're in the bathroom washing it up, what are you thinking about your life? Like, he really loves me?
Just people that are just smoking their own dicks out there who have no real like, you know what I'm saying? Like I've met some people who, yeah, they're breathing, but that's it, really.
Yeah, this
You
idea
know?
that we're all created equals. You've never met anybody that's a genius if you say that. I've met some people that I'm like, I talk to them, I go, oh, I'm like a monkey compared to you. You know?
Dude, I talked to your buddy Eddie Bravo, and that guy is a real.
He's out there.
He's like a deaf Jack Russell almost, you know?
A deaf Jack Russell?
Yeah, because once he gets going, you can't.
Oh, Jack Russell Terrier?
Yeah. You ever been around one of those dogs? You open the car, and then the next thing you know, they're at the. Yeah. They're like sick. Yeah.
But how's he deaf?
Because you can't get him back. Like once he goes, you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't get him back in the car. Like you're sitting there honking the horn. You can't. That guy's out there. You know what I'm talking about.
I do know what you're talking about, but I've never heard anybody make a description like that. A deaf Jack Russell Terrier. That is hilarious.
I don't want to ever shoot a Joey Karate video. They were fun to do, but I did what I did. Now I moved on. I did cocaine. It was fun while I did it, but now one day I made a decision. People don't want to make a decision. People don't want to.
I'm with you on everything with Joey Karate.
You know,
those Joey Karate videos are fucking tremendous.
But what I'm saying is, you just move on. It would look weird if I still put a gi on and do.
You should do Joey Jiu-Jitsu.
And said Joey Jiu-Jitsu. I thought about it. But
Joey Jiu-Jitsu is a good idea.
Jiu-Jitsu is so bad.
It doesn't matter. That's
Joey
even
Karate,
funnier.
at least I had a sidekick.
No, but
you know what I'm saying? At least I had a sidekick.
No, you
with
could.
Joey Jiu-Jitsu, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna be in
No,
the guard.
no. You fucking grab a guy and you pull him into your guard and you start working a clock choke, but you lose it. The guy gets on top of you. You I can't breathe. You tap out. Listen, do what I say, not what I do. Trust me, cocksucker. I'm trying to give you good technique over here. My grip is bad. I've been jerking off my right hand. I'm out of sorts. You can come up with a bunch of ways to make jiu-jitsu hilarious. It's Connecticut. I don't go to Connecticut.
Yeah, you told me that.
Hartford?
You told me.
Connecticut can suck my dick.
The whole city or just
the whole
a club?
state.
The whole state.
Oh, sorry, state.
Yeah.
No disrespect to anybody in Connecticut. if you're
No
listening.
disrespect.
No disrespect.
I did it like
But
3
you know.
times this year.
Yeah. Woof.
Yeah.
All those people, you know where you live.
I did UConn. I had a great time at UConn. I did the college.
Yeah, a bunch of people from somewhere else.
Yeah.
That are stuck in
Yeah,
Connecticut.
that's true, that's true.
If I could guarantee that they'd bust people in from New York and Boston, I'd do a show there.
So you would never do the Foxwoods?
Oh, boy. Yeah, Foxwood.
Where are you most excited about to go on this tour?
I like Texas. Well, I mean,
Okay.
I like going places where it's fun.
Yeah.
There's something about Connecticut that's just bleak.
Yeah.
There's like a lack of opportunity. There's just something bleak about it. It's almost like an illegitimate state. It's like a highway between Boston and New York. That's really what it is, and it always feels like that when you're there. It just feels weird. Like there's almost like there's a sadness that permeates the show, even when they laugh. Like,
Yeah. I love that you hate a place that much.